Dave Dickinson said coming into Week 16 that when you have pressure, that's when your character shows. And in this one, it was all about Montreal persevering through adversity and finding ways to get a big victory on the road. But it was not without twists and turns, Glen Suitor.
Yeah, you know, when we talk about a game usually comes down to 4 or 5 big plays. We love to call them the TSN turning points. And one of them for Montreal was in the very first series. Jake Maier had driven the ball down the field, and he got a big fat 0 out of it on the scoreboard because Sean Lemon came up with his second interception of the season.
He ends up making the big play there. And then, of course, on 3rd and 3 from the 4-yard line, Marc-Antoine Dequoy, free safety, dives in. Interesting call that time by Dickinson, deciding to go for it. Dequoy made him pay for it. And then, of course, he ended up having a great opportunity for the opposite end of the field, driving down. It was a big shot down to Tyson Philpott here, Suits.
Yeah, back home where he played his college ball at the University of Calgary. Tyson Philpott with a big play. That touchdown, they end up scoring on the very next play. He was just short on the 1-yard line, but that touchdown took it and made it a 14-point swing after the interception. Stanback is back, by the way. He had 81 yards tonight, rushing the football 19 and a touchdown through the air.
Certainly a well-balanced effort from that defense, the Montreal Alouettes. Down at field level, Farhan Lalji's with Marc-Antoine Dequoy and Sean Lemon.
I talked to this guy a lot, so I'm going to start with you. The interception in the end zone. They could have tied it with the field goal. Instead, they went for it. How big of a turning point was that in the game?
I mean, it helped us, especially, we try to have the back of our offense. Things happen, they throw a pick. The biggest thing as a defense, as a unit, you can do is have the back of your teammate, and that's what we did on the offense. We had great pressure from those guys all game long, so, you thought the ball got to be out quick and help me make a play.
You might have baited the Calgary sideline into going for it. You were chirping them all afternoon. You think it had an impact, what you had to say?
Yeah, I used to do that to Dave in practice, and he used to get mad, so I figured I'd do it in the game too. And I just told him, go for it, Dave. And he's like, all right, and he went for it, and, that's the turning point in the game.
What about your performance? You wanted 3 sacks, you got 2. You also had the interception. Just how motivated were you here?
Always motivated. I love playing in front of these fans. I love the city of Calgary. And, I felt like I was going to have a big game coming into it. I would have had the 100th sack tonight, but Jake threw the ball and laughed at me, so we'll wait.
How about you and just what's going to happen now? You guys end your 4-game losing streak. Hamilton's been catching up. Yep. It should make for a pretty interesting finish in the East.
Definitely. This game was important. Hamilton is catching up. They're playing good football right now. And, that playoff game at home is super important. So it's one game at a time, but we know we're in a close race.
Thanks for this, guys.
No problem. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup. Merci.
I don't know what he said, but
you know what I said.
I'll tell you what, Sean Lemon had his second interception of the season. He had 2 sacks tonight. He has 99 career sacks and 7 on the season this year.
Yeah, incredible to see him playing through the adversity of not being on a roster at the start of the season. Had to get himself back into game shape. Coming up next for the Montreal Alouettes, they'll travel on the road to take on Ottawa. Might not have to wait very long for sack number 100. Meanwhile, the Calgary Stampeders will see what they can do against the Hamilton Tiger Cats from Tim Hortons Field in Week 17.